Global Immersion Program 2023 to Singapore for 4 days, for 4 nights, 5 days from 19th February 2023 to 23rd of February 2023. It's an immense pleasure to welcome UAS International team with us today. Ms. Mehak Kalia, Zona Head, Ms. Komal Sharma, HR Manager, Ms. Atishay Jain, HR Management, and Ms. Mehak Maheshwari, Key Account Manager. Everyone give a big round of applause for UAS International. CPJ welcomes 15 core hours today. Yes, today UAS International is a diverse into a various verticals as it is a mode of continuous extension since 2013. It has a profound vision to help clients to challenge their present while simultaneously planning for tomorrow. As it is a traffic platform to inspire the leaders, it has built the educational and understanding needs of individuals, whatever their walks of the life, and responding to them for an effective and on this note. Hope I'm audible in back also. On this note, I would like to invite the Deputy of CPJ College of Higher Studies and School of Law, our mentor, Mr. Shiva and Shubham, Director General Sir, on the stage. As Sir has been associated with CPJ from the long decade, and Sir has benefited our students community with his personality development program and place-based methods. So on this brief, I invite Sir on the stage, please. Everyone a big round of applause for Director General Sir.
Very good afternoon, everybody.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Students, welcome you all. Today's presentation by the UAS International team, which is being led by Ms. Mehak Kalia and Ms. Komal Sharma and the team. To be very honest with you, we have had a very close relations with UAS International for a very, very long time. I would say nearly since the inception of UAS International, I had my personal relations with UAS International, and then once I got associated with CPJ College, then CPJ College carried on that relation. And as a result, since UAS International has been very, very strong, and a very strong presence, I would say, when it comes to arranging the Global Immersion Programs, which is where students go for excursion trips, there are certification programs. So that's a kind of a twin working that, as you say, that you enjoy while you learn. So it's a kind of a, rejuvenating yourself in a total new environment. People who haven't traveled abroad, they have the feel of, touching the foreign soils. And of course, with the universities there and other places of eminence, you go and have your few hours of certification programs, and you are given and awarded the degrees for that, which definitely adds on to your resume. Tomorrow when you would be applying for any corporate after your graduation, definitely that gives some weight to your resume that you had a certification program with Dubai, what you call stock exchange, or you had with this university at Tashkent, or you had this at Colombo. Like we had 3 successful trips, extremely successful trips in the past, wherein our students have gone twice to Dubai, once to Tashkent, and once to Colombo. No two doubts, the last nearly more than 2 years, because of the COVID and Corona-related precautions and all those advice is but natural for all you to understand that nothing really happened internationally. But once, God bless, we are back to square one, wherein today, as we stand and we feel that coronavirus, we have said a bye to it, it is never going to be back to us. Let us get back to our original forms of, going international, having that international exposure, etc., etc. And of course, very importantly, since I have traveled like anything in my life, abroad, to what not locations, and I know how much, costly it is to be staying in starred hotels there, and, kind of managing your own when it comes to lodging and boarding and all those things. Forget about, traveling and visiting places of eminence like the Burj Khalifa or that How Cruise or the Desert Safari and all such things in Dubai, or similar things in Colombo or other places. So I feel the price that UAS International charges the students, very frankly, inclusive of the visa formalities, the tickets, air tickets, the transfers, and everything, which means the moment you land at Delhi airport and when you are back to Delhi airport from your respective location from where you will be traveling to, you are as such not supposed to spend a single penny more. Other than, you wish to buy something at your own will from the malls there, like the Dubai Mall or the Sheikh Mall in Dubai, one of the world's best malls in the world. So you feel, okay, let me pick something, maybe as souvenirs, or maybe if your pocket is allowing something more. But when it comes to all other things, nothing more would be required. And it is not that they just say it. It is, we have experienced it, we have felt it, and this is what is the truth. And this is what, other than having a personal relations with Mr. Ishant Taneja, the Managing Director and CEO of UAS International Limited, we developed very strong professional relations also. And I'm very sure our students must and should benefit out of this relation that the college has with this organization. And we have the team with us who would guide you today as to how things will be going, as they have the next Global Immersion Program at Singapore, which is, what dates it is, Mahat? 19th to 23rd of February 2023. So we have good time for that. But I'm just giving you the fixed dates, 19th to 23rd February 2023, which is around 3 months from now, because they need to assure a fixed number of students to make that program cost effective. It's not that they want to make big profits, but no doubts, as a matter of fact of any organization, they would not wish to make losses also. So this is what is the motto which remains with any organization, any company, any institution even. So for survival, you have to have the break-evens, and for some growth, you need to have some profit. This is the motto with which they go, and since they remain working in large numbers, because of that large numbers, per person, cost goes down like anything. And this is, I think, so the principle and the philosophy with which UAS International works. So I won't take much time, we are already a little delayed. Give it back to Ms. Ishmeet to take it forward. And I'm very sure students should learn a lot. Frankly speaking, half of the students only could be made seated. Remaining half could not come in the auditorium. God bless. We may have another wherein the remaining students can also hear. Or maybe we'll share this video with them, the presentation with them. This will go to all class WhatsApp groups so that they can also see that. I would request you to kindly share it with the college so that it is shared with everybody on the WhatsApp groups. As we have every class as a class WhatsApp group, and it will be seen by everyone. So once again, Ms. Mehak and Shubham, a lot of welcome to you. And students, I would request you to remain in pure decorum to understand what's going to be there in the next 40-45 minutes. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I invite UAS International team on the stage, please. I request everyone to come and please have a big round of applause for our guests today. Everyone, a big round of applause.
And there is one more person. Yes, ma'am. Can you set this off for a moment? Or you can come into the front. I think you can the space. And then step.
Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much, sir. Big round of applause for everyone, please. Now, students, this is the time that we start our workshop, and for that I invite Ms. Komal Sharma on the stage for the facilitating, and now we are going to start with the workshop. Everyone, a big round of applause for Ms. Komal, please.
Yeah, so a very good afternoon to all these CPJ people. I just want to confirm that my voice is loud and clear at the back. It is, right? Okay, then thank you so much. So before I begin with the purpose that why I am here and my team is here, I would really like to share my gratitude toward the strongest pillar of CPJ because it's really a ease when Sir is front of us because whatever we wanted to share, Sir has just described it in a brief. So can we once again have a huge round of applause with the strong pillar of CPJ, the Director General of Thank you so much. So coming on to the main motto why you guys are sitting over here and I am on the stage. Anybody has, like, obviously Sir has already explained it in brief, but can anybody just give me a one-liner that why we are sitting over here today? Please raise your hands who wants to answer. Okay. Yeah, it's a major fact. Some of you are here for the purpose of attendance only. But trust me, I just need your 40 to 45 minutes. Consider this as a session for those who are here just for the purpose of attendance. But the students who are here to learn and earn something, this is a great opportunity. But the students who are here just for the attendance, trust me, I won't disappoint you because there will be something that you will be taking from today's session. So here we, UAS International Group of Companies is here offering you the Global Immersion Program for 2023 that is to Singapore. Now before I go on and jump on to what is Global Immersion Program and what are the inclusions and the itinerary that we have for Singapore, I just want to make you familiar with UAS International Company because obviously the company who is arranging and organizing this educational trip, you should be aware of that company. So here we go to the presentation. So UAS International Group of Companies, as you can see in the PPT also, it's a diversified portfolio management company. Now I will be explaining that how come we have so many verticals under our umbrella and what is the dilemma that starting with the BFSI sector, how come a company from a finance department jumped into adding a vertical of hostel chain which has no link with the BFSI sector? The simple reason is that UAS International offers internship opportunity, life project opportunity and management training in the country. And before COVID, everything was offline. There was no online concept. So students used to travel from pan India because we have interns, management trainees for life project and everything pan India. So students used to travel and come to the HO, and the basic requirement that every student has to go through is the accommodation. They want to have a good place and they have to hunt for that place, and that's what our director, Mr. has decided to just get rid of those small pointers of hurdles. So he started with the hostel chain venture only, and the Delhi High people would be very much aware about the Maharaja Agastya University. In that we have hostel named as Maharaja Sadhan. So that is also been managed by our MD, Mr. Shamsan, and is the sleeping partner over there. So that's how we started a venture only of hostel chain in the year 2014. Now coming to 2016, we added another vertical added into the picture, which is UAS International Holiday Private Limited. Now the reason why UAS International Holiday Private Limited came into the picture is the Global Immersion Program, which is the USP product. Now speaking about the interns, let me tell you that when we say, and I would just like to ask one question to the crowd, and it's an open question. When we say that an intern is working somewhere, how much stipend do you expect that company will give? If I say for 30 days, if you are working as an intern or a management trainee in a company, what do you think how much stipend will that student earn? 15,000? Please raise your hands. 15,000? And? Yeah, so 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, that is the math that the company would provide. But let me tell you that we are only company in Asia that provides almost 2.5 lakh stipend to the interns in terms of the Global Immersion Program. And you heard me correct, the students, the interns, the trainees who join us as for our internship program, for life project or for management trainees, the best performer of the batch is qualified for the Global Immersion Program, which means that UAS International sponsored whole trip for those students to the Global Immersion Program. At that time, when we used to take students for this Global Immersion Program, obviously we used to plan everything, but everything used to be managed by the third party. Obviously, right? You are planning something, and for a travel purpose, you'll be giving your itinerary to an agency and everything. But there were two major concerns that were coming in terms of the quality and the quantity. And also there were a lot of demand and the suggestion from various universities, directors and everything, that this scheduling that you are doing in terms of giving the students an opportunity to go and explore and understand the international platform, why don't you start your own venture in-house? And that's how we got UAS International Holiday Private Limited in-house only. Now any trip that is been made, that is been planned and executed sitting at HO. And if I want to say, there is the association of UAS International with various campuses, including CPJ, it's almost a decade now. The UAS International started this journey, the collaboration and association with the campuses is from that time. So now there is a situation that our long-gone interns are also in touch with us. Some of them are married and everything. Somebody wants to make a trip with their family. They come to us and they say that we want to have a trip over here to Hispanic convent. Inclusion of, there are some interns who get married and their honeymoon trip is also be planned by us. So that's kind of an association. Everything is been planned sitting at that HO in UAS International Holiday Private Limited. So that's the journey in the year 2016, and now coming to the vision of UAS International, which is a loved career. So basically, when I speak about a loft career, many young chum like you guys, some of them pursue the internship in domestic basis, but some of you have that kind of vision to go on an international platform and do their internship. And how will you do that? Obviously, you'll be going to a website named as Internship, Indeed, and there are various other profiles. You'll be going over there, you'll be searching the internship opportunity on a particular country, maybe New York. You'll get your option over there, you'll apply over there, and the process now is yours. Internship का process वहाँ पे खत्म. When you are getting selected in that XYZ company in New York, all the paperwork, all the documentation, booking, and over there how you're going to stay, everything has to be taken care by the student itself. We have planned and designed a loft career as a one-stop solution for the young managers, for the young students to pursue their international internship program hassle-free, because you will be getting a platform where from applying, setting in India till reaching to the gate of that office in abroad, all the process that has to be done in between, the documentation, visa, your staycation over there, everything can be done through a loft career. So that's our vision, and next year most probably it will be on air for you to explore it. So that's the journey of UAS International starting from 2014 till date, how we came up into the market. Now speaking about the opportunity that we have came up over here is the Global Immersion Program. As mentioned that this year for the year 2023, the Global Immersion Program has been planned to Singapore. It's a 4-night 5-day trip starting from 19th February to 23rd of February. Now if I just want to ask you a question, what do you think that being on this Global Immersion Program as an individual, how will it help you? I'll say it in simple भाषा. अगर आप इस ट्रिप पे जाते हो, as an individual, आपको क्या लगता है? How will it help you to be on this trip as an individual? Yeah. Can I have your name first and then you can answer?
That's okay, you are audible. You can speak like that, young man. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Arman Agarwal, BCA first sem and आपका क्वेश्चन था कि वहाँ पे जाके आपको क्या मिलेगा? बट हमें प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज मिलेगा.
Okay. And इसी पे अगर मैं कॉमन क्वेश्चन करूँ, प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज आपको इंटर में भी मिलेगा. But being on the international platform, how will that help you as an individual?
Domestic is domestic and international is international.
Okay, see that's the clarification. Okay. Anyone else wants to give a try? Okay. Thank you so much, and I really like to be interactive. As you have said, that it's a kind of an opportunity which will give you to explore. Okay? What if I say that when you're sitting for your final placements, and I believe everybody wants to sit for a final placement, you have an option to apply to various companies. Okay? But that one recruiter has you as an option because उसके लिए सिर्फ आप अकेले नहीं हो, आपके सारे बैचमेट्स हैं. वो सब में से किसी एक को उठा के लेके जाएगा. What if your CV has something extra which your batchmate doesn't have? Whom do you think that recruiter will recruit? Who is having the same CV or who is having something different? Something different, right? So this is what we say. When you have something different in your CV, and when we say that in terms of something different from the CV of others, it's all about what extra you have done. The course is same, everybody is going to do everything in the same manner. But what extra you have to offer that to that company in your CV. And trust me, when you sit for your final placements, CGPA is a matter, but more matter is that how much you are confident in terms of knowledge and practical experience to sell yourself in front of recruiter. And being onto this Global Immersion Program, it's more kind of not a fun trip. We are not going to take you to Singapore and the have been to with CPJ in Dubai, Colombia, and Tashkent, it was not just about exploring Burj Khalifa. It was more kind of having an interaction with the international platform authorities, university campuses, and more that you will be seeing on these slides. So it's more kind of a learning trip that will evolve you as a person in terms of presenting yourself apart from the crowd in front of any recruiter. So that's the main motto. So that's what we say, that UAS International has organized a trip to Singapore from 19th February to 21st February. As discussed, why this trip is important, what are the importance of the Global Immersion Program. It will be enhancing your skills because we will be exploring an international platform, and but obvious, if you are there in a country for more than 4 days, obviously you will be getting some knowledge of that country, which will be increasing your global education as well. Your personality will be improved, and yes, it will be more kind of an exposure that you will be have in terms of learning. So that's what we have the importance. Now coming on to the brief, like something important about Singapore. So as you can see, that Singapore is a word that has been taken from Sanskrit itself, which says the Lion City. And why it is said as the Lion City, you will be just seeing on the screen later on. The currency, if I say, so $1 Singapore dollar is equal to approx, if now like if I say it's approx 254.55 INR that is there. The capital is Pulau Ubon, and the language that is being spoken majorly in Singapore is Malay, and other than there is Chinese and Tamil and English that is being spoken over there. The best time, like we say, the peak hour that you can visit Singapore is between December to March, and that is the period we have opted to travel, which is in February, because that's the peak hour traveling where you can explore the major places in Singapore. The time duration difference is that Singapore is 2 hours and 30 minutes ahead from India, and the traveling distance, if you could say, from India to Singapore, the direct flight is for approx 5.5 hours time. Now coming on to the main part, what we are going to do in Singapore, the itineraries, what we will be exploring and everything. When it comes to the quality that we give to the students, we believe in terms of giving a service that can be comfortable and also very much relaxable for the students that travel with us. Other agencies, what they would do, they take the same price from all the students, and sometimes it happens that they make students stay into triple sharing, into course as well sometimes. But we at UAS International, it's fixed that all the students who will be traveling with us will be sharing the property in twinge basis only. There will be not three sharing and there will be no four sharing. And when it comes to the staycation, we choose the A-listed properties only of that particular country in terms of relaxment and in terms of luxury exposure as well. So for Singapore, we have selected Ibis type. When you speak about this hotel, it's kind of a center, and actually it's in the center of the country, and it's more kind of a luxury stay, as mentioned, the A-class property. So when we speak about the stay in Singapore, so this will be the property where students will be staying for. Now starting with the day-wise plan, so 19th February, which will be our day 1, we'll be taking a flight from India to Singapore. Now the timing of reaching at the airport is 6, because we will be catching the flight in the evening hours only, because as mentioned that the flights for going from India to Singapore is approx 5 hours, 6 hours flight. So it will be more kind of, if you are taking it in a daytime, half of the day will go in flight, 4 to 5 hours you need time to relax. एक दिन पूरा उसी में चला जाएगा, and next day freshly you will be having full day in Singapore. So first day obviously we will be departing from India and taking our flight to Singapore. Next day, which is day 2, we will be reaching to Singapore at early morning. Now on international platform, if I speak about Singapore, in India it happens हम रात के 12 बजे भी होटल में चेक इन कर लेते हैं, सुबह 9 बजे भी चेक इन कर लेते हैं. But on an international platform, it happens that you can check into the hotel are landing on airport in morning, obviously we have ample of time to spend for. What I can do as an other agency, what we have the option. Either we leave you on airport or give you access of lounge or give you a sitting area where you will sit, and when we will be having time to check in, we will be moving forward. But when we speak about Singapore Airport is the world's one of the biggest airport, and also inside Singapore Airport we do have a place named as Jewel, which is also an exploring and like an attraction point. So the price that we will be quoting, it will have the coupons for exploring the Jewel as well. So once you have landed and once we have that ample of time to check in before checking to the hotel, you will be getting the coupon and you will be having the opportunity to explore the jewels. Now what does jewel have and everything is kind of more of an attraction point which has that in-house waterfalls, the greeneries, and everything, some kind of sitting areas as well and everything. Later on you will be seeing in the video as well that what exactly jewels has. So that will be the duration where we will be exploring the jewels, and after that we will be proceeding having lunch on the way, and then we will be checking into the hotel. Once we check in, obviously we had a long flight and then we had some big fun part in the jewels. You will be given time for having me time, relaxation time, and like getting refreshed and everything. And later on, as it's the first day of yours in Singapore, we will be in the evening exploring the night safari and river safari, which is very famous and must visit spot when you are in Singapore. Now, how many of you have been to zoo in India? Major hands. What is the experience? When you be in zoo, just really blind by experience, Dego. Anyone? Yes? You are very far, so I want really your voice.
I'm from BCS for second year, Temple काफी बढ़िया औसम था, एक्सपीरियंस था, अलग-अलग तरीके के जानवर देखे।
Okay, हाँ बाहर थे and जानवर पिंजरे के अंदर, right? What if I say अगर ये उल्टा हो? Obviously, you be a spot, ठीक है? And जानवर are into the open space and वो आराम से घूमे and वो आपको देखते हैं कि चलो कोई नया उठा, बढ़िया? Okay, so this is, thank you so much. Okay, attention please. So this is what we will be having an experience into the night safari. So night safari and river safari, it's a 2 to 3 to 4 hours of experience. First we will be exploring the night safari. Obviously night safari is that it's an open jungle. Okay, and the animals, any animals I would say, they are open. Nobody is into the cage. And you are also like that and you will be exploring the night safari. So this is for night safari and Singapore is famous for. Second, we go for river safari. So river safari is also the same. You will be in boat and the boat will be on its way into the waters, and you will see right and left. There will be janwars who will be open and they will be watching you and you will be watching their open hand. So that's the experience of night safari and river safari. And also, if I want to mention, there is one show that happens during this duration, which is a cobra show. Now, what if I say you guys are sitting SAE and seat के नीचे से अचानक से cobra right? And this actually happens, okay? That you will be sitting as an audience, you will be fully having the cobra show, and किसी के भी नीचे seats के नीचे से there will be cobra, and trust me, it happens कि cobra उठा के पूछा नहीं जाएगा and किसी की भी कंधे पे रख दिया जाएगा. And that happens, and this is one of the experience that you will be having. So this is all about the night safari and the river safari. Once we are done with night safari and river safari, we will be proceeding towards the dinner, and later on we will be dropped off to the hotel. So that will be the end for day 2. It will be more kind of exploring the main spot, which is night safari and river safari of Singapore. Now coming on to day 3. As mentioned, that India, some of them, a major lot, has just a dream that yes, once I have to visit, complete my PhD or masters from so and so abroad university. But not everyone is that fortunate that they will have their steps into that university. It's not bad to dream about it, but it's not fortunate for everyone. The first very session that we will be having will be into the National University of Singapore, and there we will be having a proper campus tour. Other than other agencies, what will they do? That some of them, this is called as campus tour for other agency, that there is a campus, बाहर गए, आपने campus को देख लिया, that is campus tour. That is for others, but we don't promote campus tour as that, where in National University of Singapore, you will be having a proper session, you will be having an interaction with the fraternity, with the faculties over there, and there you have an open hand to ask questions, whatever you want to ask to them. Like some of you want to do the PhD, obviously what you will do? You will be having an interaction with some of your friends who are there in abroad, or you will be googling it, or you will be surfing it all over the internet. But what if you have a personality in front of you from same countries in university, and you have an open discussion with that fraternity? So this is what an exposure we give it to you, and as mentioned, that Global Immersion Program, it's a triple certification program that we take over there. So it's all about this certification also, which enhances your CV. So that is more about it. So the first visit will be to the National University of Singapore, of having the campus tour and taking a session. Once we are done with our first visit, the first value add, the second value add, you will be visiting the any water plant. Now, as in India, हर काम करने के लिए हमारे पास अलग-अलग पानी है. For going to using the loo, we have different water. For washing dishes, we have different water, and for drinking, most importantly, we have very different water in terms of hygiene. But when we speak about Singapore, Singapore is a country जहाँ पर ऐसा कोई सिस्टम नहीं है. उनका एक ही वाटर चलता है in terms of using it for the multi-purpose. And this is the tagline that it has been said that वहाँ पे even बर्तन धोने वाले पानी को भी आप पी सकते हो. Because that kind of reservation and that kind of water supply they maintain, and that is being maintained by any water plant. And when we say that a water plant that is managing a whole country's water supply, you will be having a visit inside any water plant. And when we say that you will be having a visit, trust me, it will be an option for all the people to have an interaction with the different department heads, different fraternities, and different people who are handling this plant. So BP will be all about supply chain, how they are managing the HR heads, the finance heads, and other departments who's having the department inside the any water plant. So you will be having your interaction and a tour of any water plant that will be. So this is the second visit. First, on day 3, we will be having a visit to the university, and second, we will be visiting the any water plant. Now coming on to the third visit. Our third visit will be into the Parliament House of Singapore. I won't ask this question because in India, not many of you, like I would say some of you, like in numbers, people get an entry into the Parliament House. Not everybody can get the entry into the Parliament House. But when we say that our third visit will be inside Parliament House of Singapore, it will be that we will be taken inside Parliament House to see that how that nation, how that country's rules, regulation and governance is working. And there is one more thing, it won't be a part of commitment that I would say, but yes, if when we are visiting the Parliament House and if there will be an ongoing session between the ministries and the fraternities inside Parliament House, we might get a chance to have a glimpse of that session as well. The ongoing session, but not a part of commitment. But yes, that will be our third visit in Singapore, that will be Singapore Parliament House. Coming to the fourth part, industry or retailing or something, it is very good opportunity to understand that on an international platform, when we have a company for a beer, how does that company operate in terms of distribution, in terms of supply chain, in terms of operational and in terms of manufacturing. And also, when you will be going to the company tour and having an interaction with the department heads and everything, later on, there will be a duration where this company will be providing testers of approx 15 to 20 flavors of beers to you guys. So that will also be a spot. So again, not promoting beers like you guys are smiling, but yes, that will be also an opportunity to learn and understand that how a food and beverage industry also operates on an international platform. So that's the fourth visit that we will be having on day 3. Now as day 3 ka pehla day has been spent in terms of value add. We have visited to university, we have visited to any water plant, we have visited to Parliament House, and then the Tiger Beauty. Now the second part of the day is being designed in terms of exploring the country. Before that, this is the glimpse that previously some of the students from various universities have visited. So as you can see, there was Yakul and there is any water plant, and as mentioned that visiting such campuses and visiting such industry gives you more kind of an exposure to have an open hand discussion for the fraternity as well in terms of gaining the knowledge as well. Now first part has been done and the second part, which is the evening part of the day, is being kept as a city tour, the evening city tour of Singapore, and the mentioned list will be explored when we say the Marina Bay, the Merlion line, as mentioned in the first slide, that Singapore is known as for the Sanskrit word which means the Lion City. And the reason why it is mentioned as the Lion City is because of the Merlion, you can say it's the India Gate for Singapore. As in India we have the hotspot place which is India Gate. So for Singapore people it's the Merlion Gate which is the Marina. Then we'll be going to Singapore Flyer, then Chainatown, Sultan Mosque and the Little India. And just to give a synonym for Little India, it's basically Chainatown for Singapore. So that is what we will be exploring, and later on we will be having dinner in an Indian restaurant, and then we will be dropping you off to the hotel, and that will be the end for the third day. Now coming on to the fourth day, as day 3 is fully dedicated in terms of value add, again fourth day will be in terms of exploring the major spot of Singapore, which is the Universal Studio and the Sentosa Island. Now Singapore itself has 9 islands. It's the amalgamation of 9 islands, and one of the islands is the Sentosa Island. We'll be having a breakfast in the hotel, and later on to a cable car whose price will be included to the price that we will be quoting. We will be going to the Sentosa Island through that cable car, and first you will be having, because Universal Studio is on Sentosa Island. And Universal Studio, speaking about, first you will be visiting Universal Studio. So Universal Studio is a theme-based amusement park which has various kind of rides, stores which you can explore inside, and it's kind of a fun part that you can go and explore. Nothing will be one more additional thing that you will be earning, which is the 4 days life project certificate that you will be getting of that company through UAS International. So other than that, having the practical exposure, you will be getting the certificate for visiting such universities and campuses. Plus, you will be also getting a 4 days life project certificate that you have visited in this company through UAS International. Now coming on to the main part, the paise kitne denge? How much do we have to pay? If I speak about the aspects that all what I have discussed, which will be done by other agencies as well. So this is the amount approx for total if I see. So it's approx 1,70,000 that has to be paid by an organization for taking a whole group trip, which is a MICE trip to an abroad platform. But the price that we are quoting is 97,999. And as previously mentioned by Sir as well, that we at UAS International have a tagline that once this amount is being paid, there won't be a single penny that each and every student needs to carry once they are on board with us. You can travel empty pocket other than your personal shopping or something. You can travel empty pocket with us and have a full exposure and come back to India happily, and that is what we have meant and we have planned for. This time we have also come with the partial payment opportunity because obviously we have time, it's almost 3 months now that we have to make our reservation and everything possible. So the option that we have into partial payment is that first 70% of the payment, which is 69,000, has to be made in the first installment, and the next 30% of the payment can be done prior 25 days of boarding the flight, which is I believe approx by last 25th of January. So the first installment 69,000 has to be paid now, and the rest 30% amount needs to be paid by 25th of January. And below are the mentioned detail on which the payment has to be made, and same details and every information will be given to the coordinators and everybody who is soon receiving it. Coming on to the visa requirements, the documentation, because obviously if I want to take a group movement, other like there are demands from other agencies as well that we need requirement of your bank statement, your passbook and everything, plus your parents' passbook and parents' passport as well, bank statement. But because UAS International has strong bandwidth with various embassies on the international platform, we don't require your parents any of the documents. We just require your basic document, which includes your PAN card, your vaccination certificate, your passport, and your campus address, which is major important. So here are the mentioned documents that is required, which is your visa photo for visa. Then we require your PAN card, your vaccination certificate, your passport, and your campus ID for having a record. So these are the basic documents that has been required. Now this is the account details which will be shared if somebody wants to proceed with the payment. So this is the account details in which the payment has to be done. Also we have an option for EMI option as well. If you wish to make the payment through credit card, obviously you can visit our website. On that website, my company's website, you can visit and you can make a payment through credit card. Then you have an option of converting the whole 97,999 amount into an EMI, but conditionally if your bank, the credit card bank permits that. If they permit, so obviously the whole amount can be converted into EMI for 12 months, 24 months or how long about the Parliament House. So this is what the Parliament House is. When you'll be visiting inside Parliament House and you'll be meeting the ministry. As you can see in the first picture, Mr. Chancellor and Marina is there standing in front of the ministries of the Parliament itself. This is the any water plant. As mentioned, you'll be exploring any water plant in terms of visiting inside, having a proper session over there, and you'll be understanding that how does this company or how does this industry works on an international platform. The Tiger Beauty plant, the Cleo plant that is obviously included into the itinerary, and this is how the visit last time was. The students were inside and they were having an open and discussion with the department heads of supply chain, distribution, manufacturing and everybody, and later on the experts, the Universal Studio. And that's all. Now before I proceed, there is a small video that I just want you guys to go through. Global Immersion Program, the planning to Singapore, anything, anyone has any doubt?
Students, the platform is open for the question answer round. We have our ma'am. Yes. Please raise the hands.
No questions? Everybody is clear with everything? Okay.
Who's raising the hand? Please raise the hand. Anyone?
Yes.
जो 98 हाउस टोटल फीस है ये एक्चुअली मतलब कोरोना अमाउंट ये कुछ और नेगोशिएबल है
See, this is the final amount. Obviously, if I'm standing over here at the podium and if I'm disclosing this amount, this is the final amount. And as discussed, that this amount, obviously, as an organization, if I want to take a group fare, if I'm going to include which is there in the PDF which you will be receiving, it has an individual cost of each and everything. Because once this amount is being paid, be it be your visa, documentation, airport tickets, allowances, overhead transportation, return ticket, each and everything is mentioned and included in this amount. So this is the amount which we as an organization have to pay from the student. But if we have to say the very amount that as an individual we have to pay, so it's 1,70,000. So yeah, this is the final.
One thing I would like to say was students, as the school has already shared with you the totality about everything. There's an old saying, I say already 5-6 trips have gone by, students have come extremely satisfied, and whatever that the company said, it was absolutely 100%. They catered to that. There was no error to it. There was no diversion from it. So very frankly speaking, I just turned back and I saw by default this Mr. Shiva sitting there, who has just come back some months back from the Dubai trip of UAS International. I would like him to say that was there any extra spending? Please be truthful.
There is not an extra
that you land at the airport with the ticket along, which is with you, or are they putting it there only? And, you know, by the time you're back to the airport, you won't be spending any penny other to that. So keep that in mind, and with that, please speak up to your parents. You have good time, but there is a date by which you have to make your reservations. We'll be throwing everything in your class WhatsApp groups to make you understand more, and you can share it with your family also, so that they also understand, and then take it forward from them. Not many students know to doubt, especially the law students, I would say, because the NCIT students were able to occupy the chairs, the seats much before the law students by the time their classes were asked to be off to join the Global Immersion Program being held. And students have come in very good numbers today to the campus. So I think very few law students could make it to the auditorium. So we'll be sharing it with everybody, all classes, groups, and this is what it's going to be. Thank you, Ms. Cohen, and you can please carry further if you wish to. Please.
Okay, so I believe there is an issue playing with the video. So this was all that we are here to offer you, and this year as well, we want maximum students participating into the Global Immersion Program, because one more add-on that I want to say, it's not just CPJ that will be traveling with us, it's the pan-India drive that we keep in terms of the Global Immersion Program. So once you are on board with us, there will be various campuses students as well on board with you traveling. So one more concept that we say in terms of cross-cultural program, so you get an opportunity to have an experience of that, because obviously from same country, students from various campuses come on the same platform and the discussion happens in major. So yes, that's all that we have for you today, and thank you so much for giving me your valuable time, and also a warm thank you to the coordinators, Mr. Shmeen and Ms. Shivali, for having this smooth session today. Thank you so much.
Everyone, thank you, Ms. Mohan, for guiding us through this video today workshop on the Global Immersion Program. Students, I hope all the trainings are well. Once again, I thank the team for giving us the time to present the campus today, and thank all the students on the section hearing. And before concluding the workshop, on behalf of CPJ, we my gratitude to Mr. Manager, MD and CEO of UAS International. And I would like to extend deepest gratitude to our General Secretary Dr. Atishay and mentor Mr. Chainatown, providing us the platform to nourish our students in a strategic way and on unique learning. And thanks to senior management for their presence today, and the social media team for always support and help. Thank you everyone. All the students can proceed toward their classes after the senior management leaves. Yes. So thank you.